The 5-second test. Did you know that on average, 90% of first-time visitors leave within the first 5 seconds of arriving on their page? That means over 90% of your website visitors are coming to your website and leaving within 5 seconds. That's astounding when I first heard it. But when you do a bit of research, you understand why this happens. Most websites aren't very good at conveying what they're actually about. You know, so many websites are trying to be cute or clever with their copy, and as a result, people just don't understand what the website is even about, and so they leave. There's really 3 questions that people ask when they visit your website, and your website needs to answer these very rapidly, otherwise people are just going to leave and go to the next website. So these questions are, number 1, what is the website about? What is the website about? You need to have ultimate clarity, and we'll go through examples on how to do that. Number 2 is, what can I do here? You know, what can I do here, and is this what I'm looking for? You know, is this website relevant to me? Is the content relevant to me? Is it what I've been searching for? And lastly, how is it useful to me? You know, is this website going to be useful to me? Is the information going to benefit me? Is it relevant to me? So you need to make sure you answer these 3 questions on your website. And the way you answer it is an area called above the fold. This is an old newspaper terminology because back in the days before the internet, we only had print. And newspapers were in the market of selling newspapers, and they're often competing with a lot of other publications. So imagine a news agency, you've got a newspaper stack of papers, and they want the above the fold, which is what you see before you unfold the newspaper, to have their top stories, the most compelling content, because that's what's going to sell the newspaper, the front cover. And so the above the fold area, like we can see here in this example, is where 80% of your visitors will spend their time. That's the part of the website they see before they start scrolling. So does your website answer those 3 questions? And does it do it effectively and within 5 seconds? It should, if you want more people to stay on your website. So we're going to do a 5-second test here. And you can play along, of course, at home. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a website. I'm going to show you the above the fold area of a website just for 5 seconds. And as you look at this example, I want you to just imagine in your head, or if you're alone at home, shout it out, just whatever impression that website gives you. What is it about? Okay, so you're ready for the first website? All right, what was that website about? You know, when I first looked at it, I had no idea. I've shown this at seminars as an example, and people yelled things out like panda, green, technology, office supplies. You know, it seemed like no one really knew what this website was about. It didn't convey or answer those questions very well. Now let's look at a second example. Again, you have 5 seconds. You know, if you're alone, shout it out. If you're not, maybe just think it to yourself. But what is this website about? All right, so what was that website about? Well, if you're like most people, I yelled out things like, apartment, finding a place to stay, accommodation, hotel. You may have recognized this example from Airbnb.com. They've spent millions and millions of dollars, communicating their message effectively. And what we'll show in the rest of this class is how you can do the same thing. So what you're looking at now is above the fold. And there really are 3 things that we want to write in the above the fold section. The first one is an effective headline. You want to have a headline that really commands attention and gets the attention of your target audience. I'm going to give you examples on how to write an effective headline in just a moment. You also want to have what we see here as a subheading. And I'll explain what a subheading is, but that's got to be there in the above the fold section too. And the third most important thing is a CTA button, or a call to action button. And that's a button that has a bit of copy in it that's going to really entice people to click on it and take the next action step that you want them to take. So that's just an example of a website, and that's the above the fold section with those 3 important elements, which I'm now going to cover in the next couple of videos. I'm going to show you exactly how to write each of those elements.